It's been a long-held belief that the best marriages consist of two people who have already pursued education and secured employment, established themselves financially, and, in general, reached a certain level of maturity following a full experience of the single life. In contrast, as the common cultural narrative goes, those who marry early and have not yet reached those milestones will struggle in their relationships and are much more likely to experience divorce. A new report, however, finds no empirical reasons to favor marriages by those above the age of 25 over those who married between the ages of 20 to 24. And there's even evidence that, on average, early marriages may enjoy slightly higher relationship quality. We know that teenage marriage continues to be a significant risk factor. But, after that, age is not the strong indicator of success in marriage that many believe it to be, and yet many couples who marry in their early and mid-20s are swimming against a cultural tide that says they are too young and immature to be taking such a consequential step. The median age at first marriage has increased dramatically over the past 50 years in the United States, from 23 in 1970 to about 30 in 2021 for men, and from 21 in 1970 to 28 in 2021 for women, and there is no evidence that this upward trend is leveling off. Many view this trend as a positive development because delaying marriage will give young adults more time to explore their identities and get themselves together. This delay of marriage approach may be a sensible evolution to changing social norms, but postponing marriage could also raise concerns in some cases. For example, delayed marriage creates an elongated period of individualistic focus in young adulthood that may be challenging to flip at marriage. Additional research studies have linked delayed marriage to patterns of paradoxical marriage preparation or behaviors that are associated with an increased risk of future divorce, such as having multiple sexual partners before marriage and pre-engagement cohabitation. There are legitimate reasons for wanting to delay marriage, financial concerns being the most prominent, and getting married later in life certainly works well for many. But there should be greater cultural acceptance and support of couples who wish to marry in their early 20s, especially as studies have found no significant differences between early marrieds and later marrieds in terms of relationship instability and proneness to divorce. Contrary to the accepted narrative that marrying in the early 20s should be avoided, early marriage can be a solid cornerstone that some couples use to build a meaningful life together. 20-something marriage is not for everybody. It requires an extra measure of maturity and intentionality. But, surprisingly, those who marry in their early 20s are somewhat more likely to report that they are happy and sexually satisfied compared to those who marry later. To conclude, while current generations are delaying marriage, they are not delaying the age of first residential union or sexual coupling. Young people today are living together as couples at the same age as older generations, they are just doing it outside of the setting of marriage.